Thank you, guys.
It's almost like being a rock star again.
It is. Welcome. First of all, I think we should go further in the front here. So, experience Microsoft Mesh is our theme today. But first of all, I think we will make a short introduction, right?
Yeah. Let's do that. So, my name is Lars. I'm not only dealing with those two guys in my day job or daily life. We also have some other fun going on that will be on the next slide. So my day job is as a system engineer, a technical nerd, I think I can easily say, both in camera and audio and drones, and my wife says I have a lot of stuff in my home office.
The gear freak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my name is Carsten Meilbak, and again, I'm playing with those two guys, where we have a next slide about some other projects we're working on. My daily job is to consult companies to find the right solution, so I'm one of those few hardware geeks that doesn't sell anything, but love to talk about it and show and so on, so that's pretty much what I do.
I doesn't sell the gear, I just buy the gear.
And I'm the junior guy, I'm Michael, and I'm the guy selling the stuff. So, yeah. And beside that, we have this thing called Let's Talk About Teams on LinkedIn, where we actually talk about teams.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, scan the code, follow us, and so on. It's not for trying to get subscribers, but sometimes we actually have some clever to say. So,
not going to be today, but maybe some other day.
Sometimes we have our moments. We have our moments. So.
Oh, that's cool. It's good fun. I mean, it's almost like a blog just with video. We don't do presentation. We just have a topic, and then we sit down and have a conversation around that.
No script or anything, just free feelings.
But we love technology. That's basically it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So let's dig into it.
What is Mesh? Mesh is an immersive space. It's a place where you can be comfortable no matter who you are, what you wear. It's something in Teams. It's an avatar in a way, and you can do it yourself, and you can predict everything, how you want to look, and so on. And some of the things behind this is actually really nice to be social in a digital way. Some people don't like to be social outside and gather around, but they can do it in this mesh universe.
Yeah, and if it's just the name Mesh, when we applied for this session, everything was good. Microsoft has Mesh for a lot of years, this 3D world and so on, but sadly they decided to say that we want to shut down that program, and we thought, okay, what's going on? And we love this 3D space, the immersive space and so on. But just so everybody's on top of what's going on, immersive space is still a focus area for Microsoft. It's just put under Microsoft Teams, so I'll show you later how to actually plan immersive events and so on. So, but if somebody is seeing any announcement that Microsoft Mesh is shut down, it's just that way of doing it that's been shut down. So but we'll show more just so everybody's clear on that.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that the way that Microsoft gonna do it will be easier, not like a real nerd coding things.
Exactly.
So it will be more non-coding, which make it broaden out.
Me
for
happy.
everyone.
I'm a non-coder. I mean, you had to write in Unity some kind of 3D language, and you really have to be a developer guy to make your own worlds and so on. Right now, it's kind of narrowed down, so it's of course not that advanced, but it's for non-coder people to play around with.
And why are they doing it? They're doing it because they're actually seen and efficiently in doing brainstorming sessions when you're in this world, because you can do some other stuff. You can have weekly stand-ups. You can get together in another way. So, and having the ability to actually build another universe really fast, and you can adapt and everything. You don't have to have a coder and everything. It's easier to develop and deploy it more out in the what's it called? The environment you have around you. So, yeah. Mesh in Teams.
Yeah, so I think just to give an understanding on what it actually is. First of all, if you go into a virtual environment, you need to be some kind of person. We call it an avatar. So basically, you can go in and create a person that looks like you. You can even now upload a photo of yourself, and then ask Mesh to actually create an avatar that looks more or less like you, and then you can always do adjustments to it. So this is just a few screen dumps from the Microsoft environment, trying to understand how much you can actually do. Do you want to wear goggles? Do you want to wear a hat? I'm usually always in a hoodie, so of course my avatar is a hoodie. Yeah. And changing the colors, you can even have several avatars. Exactly. So you don't need to use the same avatar every day. If I'm going into a business Mesh meeting, then I could choose my other avatar. It's funny enough, it's still a hoodie, but another color. But that's just to give an idea about how you can actually do. So you can make it look a bit like you. And I think that's also one of the funny part is that when, of course, we talk about Mesh, the first thing was, when we started to do sessions around Mesh, was for people was always like, where's the legs?
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense to talk with a person without legs. I don't know how many of you sitting at home with Teams that share a full-size picture of you. I guess none of you do. So that's kind of the idea, is like that we bring the important part, and that's what we usually looking at. And then, of course, it would be more complicated that in the 3D environment that we needed legs and how to move them. We needed sensors on them to show how they actually do.
And the problem was that they actually tried to put legs on some of them, and they will walk like very robotic and so on. And as a human, we actually have our own way of walking, each person and so on.
They got the hands though.
The hands are working really cool, but the legs was And again, when we started it, we thought, again, why don't we have legs? And after like 3 or 4 minutes, you don't even notice it. So,
and the thing is, this about avatars, right? We have the generations coming and going new to the workforce, and they are used to it from a computer gaming and so on to have an avatar. And can I just take the next slide? And why is it important to have an avatar and not the cameras on or the cameras off? We still want the cameras on, but some people, they are a bit, they don't want to share that much about themselves, so they will better have an avatar on. And when you have the avatar on, you're actually capable of doing some body language as well. You can do daps and everything, but the voice is also key. So here we have what we're communicating about. The spoken words is not as big as body language, actually. So voice and tone, just a tiny bit. So this bringing the avatar in, that will be a live person in a way.
Representation of your body language, of course. So let me put it in this way. Normally, if I do this, show this slide, I reflect it into what we do in a daily business. Might have been some of you that receive a mail from some person. It's usually your boss, and you think about, what did he actually mean with that? Because you only have the language itself. The better part would be if the boss actually took the phone and called you. And then the best thing would be, of course, to be on a video or even in person. So body language is a really big part of how we communicate and how we do it. So that's where we're trying to fit in to say, okay, it might not be in person. That will be complicated to do all meetings in person today. Some are not too happy about showing the video feed of themselves, but having an avatar actually means that it would be possible still to use the body language, and then also for the receiver to understand the communication in a much better way.
Yep. So right now we have those Quest goggles here that are supported on Mesh. Right now they're not supported for Teams, but of course we cannot prime everything on behalf of Microsoft, but one could imagine that we'll have a Teams client so we can do all this as well, or maybe some goggles from Apple or whatever. But nothing is officially out now. But we are still showing it so you can get an idea how to do the full immersive experience with goggles and you moving around. And as you probably can see, of course my wife is calling me in the middle of it. We have an application like this, and I'm starting up here, and like everything else, we need to have an account, and I'll just log into mine. And this account, as it is right now, needs a Teams Premium license. So you need Teams Premium license for doing the full Mesh experience. If you just want to join from a Teams then you just need a regular Teams account.
Should I stop sharing, Carsten?
No, it's just I don't have type password. Just need to authenticate. So all good.
Okay, cool.
We're not gonna put my password. I checked that one. So and you can see everything's changed now. So this is not a hybrid experience. This is a full immersive experience. And we come in here and we can see that I have my Teams calendar and so on. And of course, it's more fun to see how to take over the world instead of having a boring meeting about Teams devices. So we'll go in to this, and we can see right now here that this is a regular Teams invite, and I'll just say, hey, I want to join this one in. And as you can see, I'm a little more formal than Lars is, so I don't have hoodies, but I've got like my business layout here, and if I'm just, fooling around and have a casual meeting and so on. So it's that easy to go in and change between the avatars you created. And if you want to say, okay, I want something else, I can go in and change it right here on it, but we don't want that. So we'll just say we are business casual. Then we are going into here, and just for demo purpose, we are not going to get my microphone. Normally we will get microphone, and of course, so we can hear the voice. But with a microphone here and sound come out here, and Lars being close to me as well, that's just going to be a terrible sound experience.
And I think you're the slowest one, because I think Lars is already in there, and now you're in the mesh.
And now we are in here, and this is one of the because we have a stage, so I don't want to fall out here. I've made some area where I'm can walk and without falling down. So we're in here. This is Microsoft Playground, where we have, as you can see around us, a purple lining. And as long as we're in here, we are in the Teams room.
But try to look at Lars just for 1 second. In there, you can see Lars is playing a guitar. He's called Anders Andersen in here. I'm logged in as well with my laptop, and I'm actually sharing PowerPoint directly to here. And if you walk closer, I will actually be able to swipe here, and then I will be able to shift and show you some of the environment there is. So for instance, if you have a broad area where you're not able to put up a screen or anything, you could actually put up some goggles as it is for now, and then you'll be able to do something like this. So it's another way of doing a presentation that's in here, and you can actually have it prepared and everything, and we can just showcase how many spaces there is, if you can say it like that. Oh.
So different environments, what you're going to do. This one, Lake House, as it's called, there's a lot of fun of giggles, and we can throw with beanbags and so on. We have some music playing around with it and so on. So this is more like a social get-together, where the one that we are showing here that Michael is shown is more, we can jump into that afterwards, that's more like a team building or something where you have groups of discussion. Behind 1, 2, and 3, and 4, there are some closed seating where you can sit and discuss group work and then go out and play.
You have to have your head still, because I think the guys at home streaming, they will be seasick.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to stabilize as much as possible. So that's... Yeah.
But the thing is, when you have these kind of settings here, you're actually capable of doing some semicircle tables, round tables, horseshoe tabling, and that will actually mean that you can predefine how your setup would be and how you want to talk to people and do a presentation for people. And if you have a brainstorming session, or if you have a, let's say, I would not say a board meeting, because I don't recommend a board meeting to use Mesh for that. But again, you can do a lot of things. And now Lars wants to...
you need to drop it. And then
hand me Lars.
Yeah, that's the border, that's the problem, but we don't want to...
Yeah.
Thank you, Lars. I'll have...
So you brought the stick with you with And now I'm actually sharing something, Carsten, because what is Teams call versus Mesh? Oh, sorry, I have a laptop that...
I try to stand still with my head, so...
I think the most important part is, of course, to realize when are you going to use a mesh call compared to a normal Teams meetings. It both have different benefits of how they use it. There's definitely something more engaging in having a mesh call, because you actually have the feeling of being amongst people. So even though Carsten is an avatar, it kind of tricks my brain to forget in an avatar, but it actually feels like Carsten. It, strangely enough, have his own voice. I hear it in my headset, but if I turn around, I would hear Carsten from back there, so I can actually turn around and listen to him. So there's this kind of spatial audio, as you also know from the Teams rooms, but this actually works inside the headset as well. So I think it's quite unique. It is a different way to have a meeting or a gathering. I wouldn't do all my meetings in Mesh, but I think there's a lot of meetings around more socializing stuff. I also done like different trainings for products, bringing my colleagues in and then bringing them around into this immersive space, and then have an understanding and communication around smaller chats and smaller groups. And that's also why maybe, Carsten, you can turn around.
The fun part is you're looking at me.
I was outside my circle, sorry.
Yeah, so as you see, there's a line around the floor, which means that when we are in this presentation area, everyone can hear what we are talking about because we're in the same area. But when Carsten go outside of this area, then he could actually go outside and have a conversation with another colleague. And since I'm in a different area, then I wouldn't be able to hear it. And that would never be possible when in team meetings to have those small breakouts where you go and have a chit-chat with a colleague and then going back into the presentation area. As you know, Teams would just put the audio in, and it would be impossible to actually have the conversation together in smaller groups.
Some say it's kind of a gimmick, but I actually have more customers who thinks that this is another way of presenting things to the company, or actually even municipalities. They actually would like to present something for people. We're going to build something new here, and they can go into this play environment, and they will be able to showcase a video, a PowerPoint, etc., where you can actually have different images around, and then they could just lay a couple of goggles, and then they can go in and put them on, and they will be able to see this and have a fun way around to see, okay, they're going to build this new building, what has this effect for me, etc.
Ah! Oh, sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I was just beanbagging and I hit the target.
Yes. So another thing is, if you have the get-togethering, and one of the things when you have the co-workers at the side, it's easy to go and play Patang or beanbag or something else. But if somebody is working from remote, they're not able to join, and you actually have the capabilities to doing it here, so and it's quite funny actually to play.
It's
around.
Also very windy today.
And should we try to change the environment? As you can see, there's a lot of graphics. Sorry, we haven't really showed how awesome it is, this one here. So we can see water moving and out here. But again, we have the different environment, and we can go into the Current and Lake House. And then workshop, as I mentioned, I think actually that's a cool one. So I think we will join into that one. And
another thing is that you're actually capable of joining from your laptop as well with your own avatar, but you will not see it in 3D, you will just be in 2D, right? So you still have that feeling of being present in the game, and you can walk around with the mice and the keyboards. So.
And you can see Anders is not joining yet, so he will still be in the Teams meeting and so on. He will probably come in a second. Yeah, there he was. And I'll just go around. We have this shared space where we can talk and so on. And do we have any desktop sharing? I don't think.
No, but I can do the desktop sharing again if you want to.
But if we had some desktop sharing in a bit, it will be there, and everybody can see what's going on. And
it's going to be fun to see this recording afterwards.
I'm not. And you really lose track of space. I have no idea if you guys are there, or wherever you are. So I mean, I'm
here.
And hopefully I'm talking towards you, audience. But as I was saying, in here, then we can split up in groups up to 4, and we can sit here. We can still see the content sharing. I was kind of the right way. We can sit smaller groups, still see the content sharing in here. So yeah. Really a cool experience.
And let me tell you this, if you're wearing these goggles and you're in another space, you might get seasick, but if you have tried it out for, let's say, 2 times or something like that, then you at least can last for like 45 minutes to an hour. I don't expect anybody to have it longer than that. We have tried it, and it's okay for us, but we also get used to it. So, the first 45 minutes, if you just start out with that, don't do it. Just take small steps at a time. That's my advice.
Yeah. It's a quite nice and cheap way to build like a huge screen.
And when to bring this in, that you can actually do the non-code where you can put stuff up. We already can do something today. Could you imagine that you actually build some of the meeting rooms you have in the company in a way? So when people are joining and we see the younger generations getting onto the work, some will be from home, even though we will still see that you have some mandatory days. But still, this is actually a really nice way to be able to be present in another way. Yeah,
sure. I don't know how. Can we play hide and seek?
I totally lost track of time. I can't see my watch. But what about time for showing how to make an immersive event? Are we close to that?
I think we need to go to that.
Yeah. I think we are close to the end, right, Morten? No? Okay.
We just need 5 minutes to show how to actually create this. So this is the environment and so on. Of course, without joining anything, I can also get my avatar up here and customize. So. I was pointing the first session we had, we were in England, we were standing 3 guys like that and facing the audience.
Yep.
So
that's why I don't wear goggles today. Somebody needs to have track here.
So, and we'll just go in here. And how do we actually do this? We all know the Teams client, really cool. And we'll just start by going into a meet now, just start any meeting. This is only internal, so if you have externals, you cannot join the immersive space. But if you're just joining into a meeting now, and we know a regular meeting, we have the option to go into view, and we can click immersive space. When we click that, we join directly into that immersive space experience that we had just from your PC. That's simple it is. So next time you have an internal team meeting or anything like that, try to go into immersive space.
Ask everybody to join the immersive space. You will be able to play around in there and have some fun.
And it's a really fun way of doing it, a great way of starting it from your PC, so you get to know. And first time you join in, there's a little guide showing which key to use and so on, so you can walk around. But if we want to create an immersive space, it is kind of the same as if we are doing a town hall meeting or if we are doing a webinar. So we just go down here and we have the option to do why don't I have this one?
View all templates.
Yeah, but I have Teams Premium on this user. Perfect. Demo is great.
View virtual appointment.
View all templates, but normally it's virtual appointment control. No.
That's funny. It was there yesterday.
It was there this morning. Awesome. We'll just see if I shut down my Teams client. Yes, I have that one. Good. That's why I always make a backup meeting. And in here we created the same way. We give it a name. We have some co-organizers. And again, right now we only can do it internal. And we can go in and say what template we want. When I create the image, I have some different templates or different environments I can go into. When I pick that one, I can't change it afterwards. But we have this one. And normally I will have the option to go in and show you how neat it is to configure it. But
it's not published.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I need to be able to change it in. I don't know why it's I've probably lost my client. We just try to quit Teams. Restarting Teams has fixed a lot of problems.
So let me ask, did any of you guys in the room tried Mesh before?
Okay, that's actually quite a few.
We got a very experienced immersive. He's part of the MVP team. So, I mean...
Can I drop in a few comments?
Yeah.
You need a mic for the remote.
Yeah, because it's...
all right, let's do a few boring things, because I just had to kind of verify and check. If you want to try Mesh with the headset, do it before December, because then it's done. And the only thing that remains is the creation of the immersive event, what they are now doing. So that's the way to experience Mesh, but that's when you can't use, unfortunately, Meta headset anymore. At least for now.
Nope.
But you can do it in Teams client on Mac and Windows, and then you don't get the seasickness either, so there's a positive bonus on that too. And then you get to customize the environment. So, but that's yeah. So, but if you want to try it, like now, it's the time because it's going to be soon a bit late.
But what do you think about? Have you tried it with goggles on?
Yes, I have. I have been playing with mesh since in
Early
previous.
start.
Yeah, I was doing that, and yeah, it was really fun. We used that with Teams, and I'm glad that they will drop out the headset support. So when they announced that, it was kind of. For me, it was like, why bother anymore? So I'm just used Teams. But if you have a 42-inch monitor, it's pretty awesome when you are doing that because it's still like playing a game in a very big screen.
I mean, one of the environments, old Windows Mesh, we had the option to use Unity, a developer platform. And some of our MVP group has created some, I think it was a spaceship or something like that, where you can go bowling and you can start music and so on. You could really do some really crazy environments. And you cannot do that anymore. So, I mean, that's the big lose of this one. But for people that are non-coder, and I know I said a lot, but I think it really makes sense because it was hard to push Mesh out because, I mean, there was the Microsoft environment that makes sense, but we couldn't adjust if we couldn't put in a picture or we could put in a video or something like that. But now we'll be able to do much more. We can put 3D models. We can, again, of course, put pictures and videos running and sound things. And it's keep on adding and coming in. One could imagine that if you are a co-pilot, you can change the environment as we are speaking and so on. So it makes it much more easy for the normal user of it.
And also easier to join.
Yes,
because that was the thing. Yeah. If you ever tried to join as a guest in Mesh, you know the problem. But now you can join with as a Teams guest. And that's amazing.
But it should also be in the Teams app if you ask.
Yeah, you need to use the Teams app.
Yeah.
So that's why the guest access is a lot easier. So now it's way easier. So of course I encourage everybody to try it out. You need Teams Premium for. I don't know if you're going to explain this. So I'm not trying to steal your show.
No, that's okay.
So, but if you just need the organizer needs the Teams Premium license. The other ones can join without, and that's a big win compared to previous experience ones.
Indeed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think we are 2 minutes to go. So. Any questions or anything? Sorry about the demo that we couldn't show, but it's kind of self-explaining when you go in. If you created a town hall meeting, it's kind of the same that you add in, and then and for the time we didn't even have enough time to show how to go in and configure your own environment. But it's kind of self-explanatory. One thing that you need to remember is that if you're putting objects into this one, you're putting a URL in, and that needs to be either a picture or a movie or something like that. That everybody that joins has access to. So if you are sharing something from your own OneDrive, don't go there because the participant you have in probably don't have access to those files. So it will work when you're playing around, but when your participants are coming in, they'll just see a big red cross saying, hey, no access to that file, and that kind of breaks the meeting. So put something on a corporate
SharePoint is a great way of doing it. I mean, because then we know that people have the access. Of course, you can make events where Carsten have access to something and Michael have access to another thing due to the rules of how you share the information. So I think it's still relevant that we could actually bring people together that don't have access to the same content.
Indeed.
See the same stuff. So all the rules from Microsoft in relates to how we share, that's still available in Mesh.
I think we need to say thanks to the sponsors.
Yes, of course. Without them, it's not possible. So, it's
I know that everyone says thanks to the sponsor, but most of all, thanks to the organizers.
Exactly.
Because they done an amazing job to make this happen. And then also thanks to the sponsors. Thank you.